that time again. What's up, my peeps and lovers of knowledge? Holla at your boy Steve B. It's time to come aboard Steve B's world. You're in for a treat. We have the latest news, the latest reviews, the greatest music too. Sit back, relax, join the vibe and enjoy this groove. What's up, my peeps and lovers of knowledge? Holla at your boy Steve B. It's time to come aboard Steve B's world. Get in for a treat. We have the latest news, the latest reviews, the greatest music too. Sit back, relax, join the vibe and enjoy this groove. Of knowledge, holla at your boy Steve B. It's time to come aboard Steve B's world. You're in for a treat. We have the latest news, the latest reviews, the greatest music too. Sit back, relax, join the vibe and enjoy this groove. My peeps and lovers of knowledge, holla at your boy Steve B.
What's crack-a-lackin', family? It's that time again. It's time for Steve B World, and I got a good one for you today. I'm gonna talk about Boule Boycotts. That's right, I said it. The Black Boule is at it again. They trying to incite the tribe. They trying to make it go down. They trying to fool you. They trying to actually do a psychological psyop on you, black people in the black community. So I'm going to expose this, and I'm going to start off with the man of the hour that's pushing this to the black community. Two of them that's really pushing it. I just want to start off with this little excerpt. Let's check it out.
Me all week, you've been nervous all week, but I ain't afraid of the spooks that sat at the door. These runaway slaves hiding in the White House gonna throw my picture up thinking that I'm gonna be afraid. If you got real courage, don't show my picture. Show the picture of the one that fired the black Joint Chief of Staffs from the military. If you gonna show a picture of the CEO of Target, Walmart, McDonald's, and Amazon that does not recognize black dollars or black business. If you gonna put up a picture of the state legislators in Florida that are banning black books. If you gonna put up the picture of the one who is stealing classified information from the IRS and Social Security. If you gonna put up a picture of those that don't want your mama to pay $35 for insulin and your child to pay $35 for inhaler. If you gonna put up a picture of those that are jailing children and separating families. I ain't ever scared. In case you forgot, I'm from the west side of Baltimore. If you got a problem, pull up on me.
Stokely.
So let me just say this. Boy. If you don't know who this is Pastor Jamal Bryant. It's a lot, man. This dude here, this Negro here is like, I don't know. I can't even keep up with the stuff that this dude has terrorized the black community. And not only that, he is a part of the Boule. And I'm going to give receipts. But did you hear? Why is he? Let me ask you this. Why is he being a shield for the Democratic Party? I mean, let's just logically look at this. What is the black community going to get out of targeting Target, Amazon, or these other businesses? Now, listen, I'm going to be the last one. I don't buy a lot of stuff from these places either. But what I'm going to say is we know that Target was shut down because of their LGBTQ stuff. Secondly, now he wants the black community to go out and actually boycott Target. But where was he when they had their store full of LGBTQ stuff? I'm not against nobody, but I'm just making a point here. So let's dig into. So now he wants the church community to go out and boycott. He ain't the only one. But let me just give a little bit more information about Jamal Bryant. So I'm sorry, I gotta play this part because this dude is hilarious. Check this out.
There are against her. Look at your neighbor and say, as long as we stick together, we ain't gotta run. Harriet Tubman said, whenever I tried to make our people be free, there were a few Negroes that tried to go backwards and tried to risk our freedom. I feel bad for them coons in the White House who are in there tap dancing for massa, wearing bow ties, shinning and grinding, laughing like nothing is funny. Get out of there, Negro, and stand with your people so that you understand that God is on our side.
So our people is supposed to let other groups ride on our back and we don't get no tangibles that we supposed to be getting? Listen, you hyped it up for Miss Kamala. Miss Kamala is part of the Boule class. I'm going to show the receipts on that. And on top of that, what is we getting from the LGBTQ community who is getting all these different rights from these different political organizations? I mean, first of all, your church, let's just take that for an example. You getting free taxes while everybody else got to pay taxes. So I'm just going to stop there. I got some more. Listen, I'm about to go in. It's about to be receipt-driven video from now. So who is Jamal Bryant? Let's check it out, y'all. All right, family. All right, I'm going in. I'm going in. So who is Jamal Harrison Bryant? This guy is an American minister, author, and former political candidate. You see that? He is the senior pastor of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church. Okay. Uh, Early life, he was born in Boston, Massachusetts. Uh, he was raised in the West Side neighborhood of Baltimore, Maryland. And here's the important part right here, because I'm talking about the Boule boycott. Bryant attended Morehouse College. He earned an undergraduate degree in political science and international studies. He obtained a master's of divinity degree from Duke University, a Jesuit school, and he received a doctorate of ministry degree from the Graduate Theological Foundation. Bryant is a member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, who Kappa Alpha Psi is part of the Divine Nine, in case you didn't know that. Fraternity or Greek fraternity for a lot of black schools and even non-black schools. So they have fraternities all in every college. They have these fraternities and sororities, and they're called the Divinity Nine. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So who's propping this guy up? Who's propping this guy up? Why is he actually calling for this boycott, right? So let's get into it. None other than the guy that used to be the head of the Defender, Chicago Defender newspaper. That's why you got to understand these Chicago connections on this whole Boule syndicate, right? So Roland Martin, I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you some proof. Roland Martin, first of all, he is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, and Martin is a life member of the fraternity. He's also a life member of the National Association of Black Journalists. Martin graduated from Texas A&M in 1991 with a bachelor's degree in journalism, right? So, as we see, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity was founded in 1906 at Cornell University. So why am I saying this? Okay, well, let's just check out some of the stuff that he's talking about, right? Let's get into it, right? So my good old buddies always can get you to believe in some magical stuff that Negroes should be involved in is the so-called Reverend Al Sharpton. All right, so-called Reverend. I mean, come on, man. This dude, I don't know, man. I don't even know why they call him a Reverend. But I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. He's part of the Boule cabal, right? So look at this. I typed in Al Sharpton, DEI boycott. Now all these stories coming up. Reverend Sharpton clarifies NAN authorized. Reverend Al Sharpton and NAN will announce the boycott they authorize. One day ago in Newsweek, which stores for the economic blackout this week? On Instagram, Reverend Al Sharpton on the blackout, the backlash against DEI, boycott companies that drop DEI programs. Now, why is this important? Why are black people so concerned about DEI? Well, it ain't for black people. That's the first thing. DEI was like a way to funnel money to political organizations through what they call non-for-profit organizations such as his, which He got a lot of money from the Democratic Party to push this DEI stuff. He gained a lot of money, but did the black community gain? I don't know. You make the choice. Am I capping? Cap or no cap? Put it in the comments. I want to know, did the black community actually benefit from DEI? That's what I want to know. Did that make our neighborhoods better? No. You know why? Because they put all the immigrants that would cross the border into the black neighborhoods. Then they gave them money. They gave them tangibles. They gave them like a place to stay. They gave them grants. They gave them a card with $5,000 on it. They gave them money to actually start businesses. Did they give black people money in the communities in the Woodlawn neighborhood, on the west side, the south side? Where they put these people? Did they give you money if you live in those districts? All right. So basically, after the Super Bowl, Al Sharpton, he just straight up started, talking about a boycott. Okay, so let's keep it straight. Let's keep it straight. So who is Al Sharpton? Let's go. Let's break it down so people that they can understand who Al Sharpton is. This is from his Wikipedia page. All right. American civil rights, social justice activist, Baptist minister, radio talk show host, TV personality, founder of the National Action Network, NAN, right? In 2004, he was a candidate for the Democratic nomination for U.S. presidential presidency, right? He is the host of radio talk show Keeping It Real. He was also a political analyst on MSNBC. And okay, let's just keep it straight. In 1969, Sharpton was appointed by Jesse Jackson to serve as a youth director of the New York City branch of Operation Breadbasket. Don't let me get started with Jesse Jackson on Operation Breadbasket, which, by the way, that was actually founded by the Black Panthers, or I'm gonna take it back to the Black Peace Stone Nation, a gang that Fred Hampton was murdered by the Chicago police. They actually started the Rainbow Coalition, which the Rainbow Coalition was actually where Fred Hampton called a truce between Hispanic gangs in Chicago and every gang in Chicago, no matter what their cultural background was. And that was the Rainbow Coalition. But I'm not going to get into that because I'm getting into the weeds. But this is what I really want to show you. So it's down here. Let's see. Also, okay, Barack Obama, Kwanzaa. Yep. Controversies. Here we go. Now, people don't even believe this. Sharpton said in 1988 that he informed the government in order to stem the flow of crack cocaine in black neighborhoods. He denied informing on civil rights leaders. So it explicitly says, summarizing the evidence supporting that Sharpton was an active FBI informant in the 1980s. This guy was an FBI informant, but yet you, part of the black community, you want to follow this guy who actually was getting black people arrested. Okay, so let's make that straight. Now, let's go back to this part. I said that the Black Boule, is organizing this boycott. So now, what does it say right here? Al Sharpton is a part of a fraternity. Yes, Al Sharpton is an honorary member of Phi Beta Signet fraternity. You see that? You see that? Okay, so I'm not capping. I'm bringing receipts right here. All right. So let's go a step further. Let's go a step further. All right, family. So I want you to hear a little bit of how this just came out 5 hours ago. I want you to hear a little bit of how this guy, Roland Martin, and Jamal Bryant are working together. All right. So first of all, let me just go back. Roland Martin's fraternity is he is an Alpha Phi Alpha from Howard University. All right. We already proved that Jamal Bryant is a part of a fraternity, Boule. All right. So let's just hear a little bit of what they're talking about as far as a Boule boycott.
That effort was launched by Nina Turner's organization that commenced on February 1st. Ever since then, you've seen the actions take place all across the country. You've even seen some folks going to Target, filling their baskets up with groceries, and then going to the counter and literally saying, oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to buy these items because y'all are not supporting DEI. And we talk about DEI, it's not just, folks, it's not just, again, as some people rightfully say, oh, these DEI positions largely held by somebody white. It's really about the infrastructure, supply diversity, contracts, things along those lines. And so Pastor Jamal Bryant announced earlier this month an initiative called Target Fast. And he's going to explain what this is. But a lot of people are always talking about, well, what are the demands? Well, they're very clear. If you go to targetfast.org, this is what you'll see. The 4 demands of Target: honor any of our 23 black banks, completely restoring the franchise commitment to DEI, and create a pipeline community center at 10 HBCUs to teach retail business at every level. So let me walk you through.
Hold on. Okay, I just got to reiterate. Where was Roland Martin? Where was Pastor Jamal Bryant? Where was they at when all of the black grocery stores, the black stores that was run out of the community with these big box stores? I just want to know, where was all of the Boule fraternities, the 9 fraternities and sororities that, why didn't they, if they're doing community work for black people, why did they not stop these small businesses in the black community from being ravaged by these big box stores like Target, Walmart's, and other brands? All right, so let's continue.
This here. So again, when Target announced that they were doing, this was a few years ago when we in the Black owned Media Alliance, we began to challenge them. Target announced they were going to spend by December 2025, $2 billion annually with black owned businesses. Okay. Then they also were rolling out a program to really add black owned products to their stores. So if you actually go to, I'm going to show you in a second, if you go to target.com, they may still have it up because they had a button on their site for Black History Month. We got Jamal Bryant back. So Jamal, can you now hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, there we go. See, Alpha's always teaching. This right here is Target's website. So this is their.
Stop right there. Did you hear what he said? Alpha, always teaching. Did you hear what he said? Who you think he talking about? Alpha Phi Alpha. Alpha always teaching. He gave a shout out to his fraternity right there. That's crazy, y'all. See, a lot of y'all probably missed that, but I didn't miss it because we talking about the black Boule, and Boycotts. Now he teaming up with his other fraternity brother, Jamal Bryant, who is a Kappa. And now they're going to go into why you should follow them. Why you should follow them as the leaders of the community. All right, let's continue.
Black History Month section. So you see down here where they have all of this. They have a button down here called Shop All Black Owned or Founded Brands. So when you click that, there are 1,135 results. Now, last month there were more than that. You've had some black-owned brands that have actually pulled their products from Target stores. Jamal, you had a brother at your church a couple of weeks ago who was in more than 1,000 Target stores. It's a clothing brand, and he pulled his product to honor this boycott effort, correct?
That's correct. Black men smile.
And so, so the goal is to get 100,000 people to sign up for Target Fast. That begins, is it March 5th?
Yes, sir. Next Wednesday, we're up now rolling to 70,000.
So 70,000 people have signed up. Your goal is to get 100,000 by next Wednesday, March 5th. So you got 30,000 to go.
That's correct.
Walk folks through the thought process of how you decided to not call it a boycott, but to call it a Target Fast. Explain.
Because my call, Roland, was directly to the black church. I wanted the black church to have skin in the game. In the emergence of Black Lives Matter, this is the very first civil rights movement where the black church is not on the front line and a faith leader is not the drum major. And so I'm mindful that other boycotts are moving forward, but I wanted the black church to say that our head is not in the sand, but that we're aware and we're lifting our prophetic voice. Lent is the holy.
Stop it right there. I got to stop it right there. Did you hear what he said? The movement of Black Lives Matter. Now, I'm going to ask you, put it in the comments. Did Black Lives Matter, what did they accomplish other than burning up a bunch of stores, doing some looting and stealing, killing other black people that disagreed with them? What did they actually accomplish during all that rioting and burning up stuff and kicking and screaming? And not only that, it was not a bunch of black people actually doing the rioting. It was a bunch of LGBTQ, whatever, white folks. It doesn't matter. How you gonna let somebody, Black Lives Matter. Okay, and let's take it to the final point of Black Lives Matter. The founders of Black Lives Matter, it's been proven they stole a whole bunch of money from the organization, this NGO. Am I correct? If I'm wrong, put it in the comments and let me know I'm wrong. Show me some receipts that this didn't happen. All right? So he's propping up Black Lives Matter, okay? And it's just, this is starting to get like a clown show. So let's continue for a little bit.
Season for Christians that goes from Ash Wednesday to Easter, so that while we're withdrawing our funds from Target, we're also focused in prayer to take the spirit of the Montgomery bus boycott, who every night for over a year went back to the church at night to get their spiritual grounding.
But I was explaining this earlier, and I showed this book here, the Montgomery Bus Boycott and the Women Who Started, the memoir of Joanne Gibson Robinson. She was the one who crafted this, who crafted the boycott.
Okay. All right. I'm almost had enough of this. But first of all, these Negroes want to go back to the philosophy of solving problems in 2025 to 60 years ago. Like that. Did that work? Did our conditions actually change? Do we still not have crime in the black community? Do we still have the miseducation of Negroes 60 years later? I mean, are other communities still ravaging our community? Is our children smarter? I mean, I really want to know, did the philosophies of 60 years ago actually help the black community? Put your comments in. Let me know. And I'm almost through with this because this is starting to get like really, I don't know. It's just starting to bother me.
And as I said, it was a 1-day boycott. After that first day, they extended it 5 more days, and then they said we're going to continue it in perpetuity until we get what we want. and so you were very specific in saying we're going to do this from Lent to Easter.
Yes.
Explain that as well.
Yes, because Target is publicly traded, we're able to use 40 days to see what is the spending impact. Somewhere in the orbit, I learned right on the Roland Martin Unfiltered show, Black people spend around $12 million a day. So if we're able to track over those 40 days to see where it has already gone down, the stock has dropped by $11 a share. They're losing millions of dollars. And those of you who missed it, stockholders are now suing Target. So we're able to take tangible data and say, with these 100,000 people whose emails we can point to and show them where's the price point, take it to the stockholders of Target and the board and say, now let's talk, now let's negotiate, because we're operating from a position of strength.
If you go through that piece, and then after Easter, there's a second phase if you decide to continue that, correct?
Yes. So 40 days is our initial rollout. It is not the end of the journey. It is really for us to have a benchmark to see where we are and how we proceed. The stockholders meeting is on June the 8th in Minneapolis, June the 5th, in Minneapolis. And so we're prepared that we'll go there if it extends that long. But the way all the reports are coming back, that Target is underperforming, I don't think they'll be able to sustain until that board meeting.
And the thing that...
All right, family. All right, family. All right, family. So I mean, they targeting Target. Okay. Again, I'm gonna ask the question: what good is that gonna do the black community by Target losing money? I just really want to know: is that gonna solve homelessness in our community? Is that gonna solve our children being killed by each other from other people? Is that gonna change the immigrant situation, that people are coming into our community trying to take over? Is that going to solve BlackRock that's actually buying up properties in our community and then renting them back out to black families? I mean, I just want to know. So let's go further, because I'm gonna bring some real receipts. Here we go, family. This video is from a year ago, but this gives a really great description of who Jamal Bryant actually is. And I already told you, he's a Kappa. He's a Kappa. He's part of the Boule, the Black Boule. Let's check it out, y'all. It's hilarious.
Are y'all ready to get into this mega church messiness series? Does TD Jakes have a lisp? Hell yeah, I'm ready. Well, before we get started, do you want some snacks? I said, this kid. Oh, here we go. He was a gifted student, but managed to flunk the 11th grade and eventually dropped out of high school. His father was elected as an AME bishop in 1988, and the family joined him on his first assignment in West Africa. While there, things changed for Pastor Bryant as the people of West Africa began questioning how he managed to fail an education that was given to him for free. His family returned to the States and settled down in Atlanta. Pastor Bryant told the Baltimore Sun that his parents had limited resources by the time he decided to go to college. So Bishop Eddie Long of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church stepped up to help pay Pastor Bryant's tuition to Morehouse College. Wait, hold up now. Pastor Bryant announced during a church sermon, "I am eternally grateful for him making that deposit and that impact in my life." Impact?
Okay, stop. Man, that was a mouthful right there. Okay, am I imagining something? But he was talking about that guy that has some pedophile charges on him. Is that what they was talking about? Oh, let's go back.
Announced during a church sermon, by the time he decided to go to college. So Bishop Eddie Long of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church stepped up to help pay Pastor Bryant's tuition to Morehouse College. Wait, hold up now. Pastor Bryant announced during a church sermon, "I am eternally grateful for him making that deposit and that impact in my life."
Eddie Long, who was the pedophile preacher in our community down in Atlanta, is kind of been talked about, alleged pedophile and all of that. And Pastor Jamal Bryant said not only did he make a deposit, but he also made an impact. And I'm trying to figure out, was it from the front or the back? But okay, let's keep going.
With absolutely no fanfare, he never announced it from his pulpit, over a microphone, even to this day. Pastor Bryant graduated in 1994 and obtained a job as the director of the NAACP's Youth and College Division, and that's where he met Giselle Graves, a Hampton University graduate. She told Bravo's The Daily Dish that they bonded over their jobs. She said, "Pastor Bryant and I have been in the trenches of trying to do civil rights and trying to make sure that we leave this world a better place." Giselle wrote a fictional book about their fairy tale love story. Or a nightmare. In the book, which we've linked in the description box, she explained how they were friends for 2 years before they took their relationship to the next level. Now, this is where things get a bit murky. Tell me more, girl. Tell me more. Giselle and Pastor Bryant have never publicly confirmed which day they became an item or when they got engaged. But we do know that he welcomed a daughter named Topaz in August 1998 with a woman named Crystal Madison. Now, wait a minute now. Oh, this is messy. Pastor Bryant founded the Empowerment Temple AME Church in Baltimore in 2000. According to Giselle's book, Pastor Bryant was reportedly told by someone in the church that he needed to have a loyal wife by his side. As for Giselle, she was reportedly told that she needed to make their relationship more public so she could stake her claim, since there were a lot of women who wanted to take the pastor to Pound Town. Pound Town, just left Pound Town. Women.
Wow. I mean, that was a lot right there. I mean, first of all, let's recap really quick. Evidently, before he married his wife, he had a child, which is okay. I get that. You know, that's nothing to see here. You know, a lot of people, you know, have had children out of wedlock, so that's okay. It is what it is. So let's keep going. He's still a pastor. Let's go.
In the church always trying to take the pastor to Pound Town with they tricking asses. Even though Giselle had no interest in being a first lady, she continued on with their relationship, and they got married in 2002. The math ain't mathin'. I'm confused, girl. Girl, we gonna circle back to the fact that he had a baby in 2000 and they got married in 2002, and she said they was friends for 2 years. Girl, we ain't forgot. This man had a whole baby on his girlfriend. According to Giselle, her dad opposed their relationship and didn't even attend the damn wedding. Now that's a red flag. Ding, ding, ding. Pastor Bryant's popularity increased in the church due to his use of hip-hop references and his sermons about sexuality, relationship drama, substance abuse, and social issues. The straight talk was appealing to his youthful congregation, with one parishioner saying, "He keeps it real. He hasn't forgotten where he's come from." He didn't forget because he was still out there in them damn streets. He held Tuesday night men's Bible study classes called The Locker Room, where men could talk about everything that was going on in their lives. One male parishioner said Pastor Bryant was an awesome man of God and the prince of the hood. Ninja, what? Pastor Bryant and Giselle welcomed their daughter Grace in 2004, and their twins Angel and Adore were born in 2006. In an interview with Angela Yee, Giselle said she was so busy being a mom that she didn't realize her husband was sticking his sausage rocket in other women. Someone who knew all about the pastor being reckless with his dangalang had to break the news to Giselle. She confronted him.
Hold up. Couple of things. First of all, he had Bible study for men that was kind of like locker room talk, where he was learning each of his male people in the church. He was learning all their little secrets, and like if they was messing around. I mean, this is why you don't tell your business. You don't go to church to tell your business. You don't tell the pastor all your business and your troubles. This is how they get over on you, because they know where all the skeletons are buried in your life, and they can use that against you. So that's the first thing. Secondly, now he got the men. They ain't gonna say nothing about him messing around with the women in the church. What they gonna say? Because he know all their business. You see how that game works? Man, pimping in the pulpit it ain't never stopped. Let's continue.
And he told her the truth right away. In an interview with Roland Martin, Pastor Bryant said he never thought he would get caught, nor did he think his wife would ever leave him. Unlike other pastors who blame their shortcomings on the devil, Pastor Bryant took responsibility for his actions. He said, "Nothing was flawed in her or my marriage. It was my own immaturity." Damn right it was. They separated for a year, and Giselle finally decided to walk away because she didn't think his infidelity was a one-time occurrence. They didn't have a prenup, so their divorce proceeding included a lot of fights over the empire that they grew together. As for the pastor, well, he said he was more concerned with saving his career than saving his marriage. Because that career bring draws with it, don't it? You get panties thrown at the pulpit. That's why you're more interested in preserving your career. With 12,000 members of his congregation feeling disappointed and let down by the news, Pastor Bryant said he did all he could to protect his name, but the consequences of his actions sent him into a downward spiral. He lost 17 pounds and had to attend therapy. That's what his ass gets. Their divorce was finalized in 2009, and in an interesting turn of events, Giselle still showed up to some of his church services. Girl, for what?
I want you to help me thank God for the visionary of this church. Amen. Lady Giselle Bryant, for who she is. Amen. We're honored and glad to have her and three beautiful
With Giselle out of the way, Pastor Bryant was free to give his dangalang to the whole congregation if he felt like it. That sounds fun as hell. In 2013, rumors emerged that the pastor had gotten a member of his congregation pregnant. Ninja, what? Ebony magazine ran the story and reported that the mother of the child was 17 at the time the baby was conceived. 17? He need his ass beat. This trifling ass ninja. Pastor Bryant wrote an open letter to Ebony magazine expressing how disappointed he was in their article. He wrote, "No minors were involved, but my minor children have been affected. This accusation is categorically and completely untrue. To public..."
Okay, let's stop it right there. So now we already starting to see the character of this guy. It wasn't that the fact that he had baby out of wedlock. It wasn't the fact that he started messing around with some women in the church. It wasn't the fact that, now he's showing pedophilic behavior. Now, I didn't make these alleged accusations, but he's trying to cover it up because evidently some 17-year-old person came forward, sort of like the P. Diddy thing. I don't know. He's saying he's being persecuted, but I don't know. But it's just, it's a lot. And I don't even want to go into it no more, but just a little bit more so you can understand that this is the person that you want to follow. This is the person that the black community and the Boule, they want to put in front of you so that you can follow them. And I don't know where you're following them to, but okay, let's just a little bit more because it really gets saucy.
This with absolutely no source lends itself to reckless endangerment to my children, my congregation, and my community. Sit your ass down, Jamal. Shut your ass up, Jamal. Ebony later issued an apology. Months later, the mother of his child filed a request for child support, and the pastor acknowledged they had a daughter together named Naomi. Ho, use a hoe, use a hoe.
Hold up. Did you see that? Let's back it up. I want to show you something. Let's back
His
it up.
child filed a request for child support, and the pastor acknowledged they had a daughter together.
You see that? You see that? You see that? You see that? AKA, you see that? He's even wearing his fraternity stuff. You see that? Now he done indoctrinated his daughter into the sorority fraternity in the black boule. You get it? You get it now? All right. I'm just about through with this because but it goes real deep. I advise you guys to go check this video out because it's salacious. It's crazy. I mean, he got involved with a whole bunch of women. Okay. Just a little bit more.
Named Naomi. Ho, use a hoe, use a hoe. I said that you's a hoe.
Ho! They bringing receipts.
Now, let's fast forward to 2014. During an episode on season 7 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Phaedra Parks' then husband Apollo discovered text messages between her and a man she had saved in her phone as Chocolate. Ooh, come on, Hershey. Come on, Hershey.
Talking about, oh, I can't wait to see you again. The man that you've been sleeping with. The man that you've been going around.
It was later confirmed that Mr. Chocolate was actually Pastor Bryant with his messy self.
Did they date?
I don't know. He says no.
Okay.
She says yes. Who knows?
Oh, she says yes.
Well, she said yes to her friends.
Okay. Would you be upset if you found out that they had dated?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Care nothing about Phaedra.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
She's not important.
Okay.
Whatever happened between Phaedra and the pastor didn't last. And during a June 2014 sermon, Pastor Bryant told his congregation how he really felt about women by stating, preach on it now, these hoes ain't loyal. Damn. Yes. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Say what now? The man of God didn't stop there. He also had words for baby mamas and the sanctified sissies of the world. Well, one thing is for certain and two for sure. Wouldn't be no baby mamas without baby daddies. Seem like you better at making a baby mama than you are preaching the gospel. And that's on Mary Had a What? Little Lamb. And then came 2016. In between referring to a group of black pastors who met with then President Donald Trump as prostitutes and pawns, did he lie though? He made headlines again after a Los Angeles masseuse named LaToya Odom accused him of getting her pregnant. The pastor asked her to terminate the pregnancy, but she refused and gave birth to their son, John Carsten Bryant, in July 2015. Lord, how many children this man got? A paternity test later confirmed that the pastor was indeed a pappy, making him the father of 6 children by 4 women. As if he didn't have enough on his plate, in between all of his children and his church duties, he started a relationship with R&B singer Tweet in 2016. Due to Pastor Bryant's reputation for being a cheetah pumpkin eater, Tweet's fans were a bit worried about her new love interest.
Walking through Times Square, going to an Oprah Winfrey movie premiere, and I bumped into R&B singer Tweet. We have grown into an incredible friendship. I call her my last lady.
The couple remained low-key for the next few years, up until Tweet hopped on Instagram Live in March 2019. By that point, it was clear her relationship with the pastor was over. Tweet said she was done with organized religion entirely.
I'm not shading nobody, I'm telling my truth. And church has been the worst. I will not do church anymore. I love God, like you said, and I have a relationship with God, but you won't see me in nobody's church house. I'm not giving them nobody, not my tithes. I'm not giving 10% to nobody, period.
After Bishop Ed.
All right, that was a lot. That was a lot. I mean, I'm about through with this, but I just gotta get this last little bit.
Long of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church was involved in a scandal and later passed away from cancer. Pastor Bryant was named the new pastor of New Birth in 2018. He was given the task of getting the church out of $30 million in debt and boosting membership after the church lost more than half of its congregation. You can find out more about Bishop Long's scandal in the video linked in our description box. I seen the video, girl. That was
okay. All right, so now we know $30 million in debt, and he wants you to follow him, the Boule, that he's, from, this is 2019. That's only 6 years ago. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he paid that money, plus he being, so let's, okay. I got one more thing to show you, and then I'm done with this guy, right? Because I just wanted to go in. I wanted to go in on this Negro because this is who you following. You following all these boules. You following all these people that you think and you trust them, and you think that they are the lead the way of getting the black community into the promised land. All right. So let's check this next video. All right, family, we back. So the only reason I'm showing you all of this, and I'm trying not to make this video too long, is basically that the black boule has been controlling these boycotts all along. And just to prove off my point, every person I showed you that's organizing this boycott or this blackout or whatever you want to call it, it's not for black people. It's not for the black community. All of a sudden, off of our backs, this boycott is a political issue that the Democrats are trying to make a point, like they did George Floyd, to exploit black people into thinking that somehow these boycotts against DEI is actually going to help the black community. It's not going to help the black community. There's nothing that's going to be decided from DEI. It's not bringing more dollars into the community. It's not bringing into crime or anything in the black community. So let me just show you, just again, that judge that was presiding over this lady's case of Jamal Bryant's baby mama, and she's trying to get more money because this guy allegedly makes over $40,000 a month, and she's only getting $2,600, and so she was trying to get more money. Now, normally, black men gotta pay. When you go to court, in any stop me if I'm capping, because I know I've been through court situations, and I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay if you go into that court system for child support. Black men, you are going to pay. It's just the bottom line. The court favors females. And to be honest with you, you shouldn't have to go into court, because you should just do what you need to do and take care of your children, black men. Take care of your children. But if you have to go to court, you're going to pay double. And guess what? The woman involved, she only going to receive a portion of that, because it's going to be a bunch of court fees, lawyer fees, and you two could have worked it out yourself, and your child would have been way better off. But I digress, and here we go. The Honorable Tangela Berry. She graduated from the College of Law from Stetson University, and this is the point that I'm trying to make. about the Black Boule. I'm gonna go down here just so you think I'm not capping. Okay, so Judge Beret has received many accolades throughout her career, all marking her devotion to bettering her community. For example, she earned the Boundless Commitment to the Community Award for DeKalb County District Attorney's Office, the Bensonetta Tipton Lane Award from Georgia Association of Black Women's Attorneys for a tireless dedication to family safety, the DST 2016 Public Policy Change Agent Award from Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. And then look at here. She is an active member of numerous organizations such as Delta Sigma Theta Sorority and the National Council of Negro Women. Now, if she is for so much for women, how come that woman didn't win in court? What's up with that? All right, family. I can't. Looks like that lady got railroaded. They kept moving her case from county to county. She made alleged, his baby mama made alleged accusations saying that Pastor Bryant's family was attacking her. She had to move 4 times. Whatever the case, what I'm trying to show you is how you could be railroaded in court. And it's all because of the Black Boule. All right? All right, family. I'm going to end this. I'm going to keep this brief. I'm going to get off of Jamal Bryant. But this is recent. Now, I want you to understand this is recent. And his baby mama is taking him to court because she needs more money. And I mean, listen, I get it. I've been to court over stuff like this. I mean, this happens to people, to young men in the community. But I mean, he's supposed to be a leading, upstanding pastor with a mega church. And not only that, is the accusations that's thrown around from this lady to the judge. And I want you to see how the judge manipulates her. Now, normally this doesn't happen. Normally the woman usually gets whatever she wants because, and especially in a court, and you can see that the judge is she is part of the Boule as well, which I'm going to show. And she's in a sorority. And listen, the baby mama may not be. I don't know. I didn't look it up. But the point I'm trying to make is that she didn't get what she wanted, and she got railroaded into this court. And some things in the court system happened to her where she wasn't even able to get her just due on Jamal Bryant's child. Now, again, I'm not trying to be messy, but I'm just telling you, this is recent. This guy owes a lot of money, and you're gonna help him he's gonna eventually raise money from this, either from his NGO through the government or from you Black people. So let's check it out. Let's see what they're talking about.
Pastor Bryant from Perth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So he's out of the country because he was recently married, I saw. Is that it?
No, he actually, it was a previously scheduled church with the trip. That's the information that he presented when he received the notice of hearing.
Okay. Does he have he doesn't have an attorney and no one is present here. And your position is what you were okay with him not being here?
Since he wasn't objecting, I told him that we would move forward. We'd present to the court moving forward. Since he's not objecting to the recommendation or to the upward deviation, then we would move forward. If the court wanted us to continue it or reset it, we would do so. Okay.
No, I mean, no, he got notice and he chose not to be here. That's his issue.
Yes. So
I'm actually kind of bothered that he's not here because he did not have notice. He did not have the excuse of the court. The court did not relieve him. And so he actually should be here. And the fact that he isn't here actually is that's a warrant. He should be issued a warrant, should be issued for him not being present, to be honest with you.
So let me stop it right there. Let me stop it right there. Anybody that ever been to court and the other party doesn't show up, the party that's in court, they usually get whatever they want because the other party didn't show up. But yet, this judge is going to let this continue. She's gonna let this continue. This should have not. It should have been stopped right there. Let's continue. Let's dive deep. We diving deep, y'all. We diving deep. This is recent. This is recent, like last year. Okay, so let's dive deep.
Because it's not right. He has to be here. But let's hear what you got to say.
So the presumptive child support amount was $2,096.41. Like I stated, he still was in agreement to the upward deviation. So our agency recommendation was $2,350 per month.
I don't see it still. I just
So the presumptive child support amount was $2,096.41. The upward deviation was $254, which brought it to the $2,350, which was our agency recommendation.
Okay, and so Miss Odom, what is your issue with the worksheet as it's presented?
Sure. So this.
Stop right there. Okay, I'm gonna make it plain for okay. This guy makes over $45,000 a month. I'm not pocket watching him. This is in the court. All right. You could pay upward to 20% to your baby mama in the court system. I don't know what's going on in Atlanta, but I'm just telling you. So I don't think 2,300 is 20% of his income, like 20% to like, I don't know. It should be somewhere maybe around, I don't know, about 8,000. I don't know. I'm just saying that's look at his monthly income and look at hers. I don't know. Okay. But anyway, let's just continue. I'm not pocket watching. I don't pocket watch people. I'm just bringing you the facts because this is what it is. And this is happening in real time last year. So just to let you know, like why a person might need, some money from either the government or doing something, or either from you. We'll see.
Worksheet was presented after I lost my job, and not only that, all this evidence is not even true because I don't even make that much. That's number one. And then number two, my son has autism. We just found that out as well. And as much as trouble, it's his behavior on the spectrum of autism. And so for the last 3 years, I've even given that to the state of Texas. The behavior has gotten so bad that I'm really coming off my job.
Pastor Bryant, I'm going to just say Mr. Bryant. Mr. Bryant doesn't reside in Georgia.
He does.
So why are you doing it then, Ms. Harris? I'm confused.
Because she is utilizing Division of Child Support Services. So
listen to this.
I think it was 2 years ago, she got our services. So we did the consent order.
Oh, so you kept saying, okay.
Yes. So even though our actual DCSS order is a 22 CV, the underlying order is the 16
CV.
Yes, Your Honor.
Got it. Okay, so the special needs of the child, you have a $254. Is it that Ms. Odom is saying that the special needs of the child is more than that $254?
Yes.
I do want to interject and say she did not provide that. Everything that she provided us information for, we gave her credit for. That includes health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, and after-school daycare.
Okay.
But Your Honor, to object to what she's saying,
Hold on.
asked him to.
Hold on one moment. Okay. So what were the special needs?
So he needs to be in classrooms that are smaller than what he has. Other than that, he's always going to have a behavior issue. And this is a recent issue.
Get started. Swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give to the court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
All right.
So she's swearing under oath right now. Okay, so you aren't gonna lie to the court.
So tell me what's happened.
From the beginning, or
no, for the issues dealing with the deviation.
Sure. So I lost my job in July, and I've been in the system with Georgia and Texas since 2020, which is the pandemic. I have tried to ask them for. Huh?
Why Texas? When I just went back, when I looked at
the
case.
Yeah, so I had to move. Yeah. I've moved 4 times because he has bothered me. So in Georgia, when my address was on there, they took hinges off my door. They have moved someone in across the way. These are his friends. So I had to move to Florida with my grandmother. When I moved to Florida with my grandmother, then he sent his cousin there. I had to move from Texas. I had to move from Florida. And then I finally went to Texas. I came to Texas. He vetted my residence people. They have towed my car. They have slandered my tires. I mean, I have been through the ringer with this man, and he's pretending like, oh, I'm on the stage just preaching. You're not. You are really trying to negate the fact that to meet you and to see and to say, hey, this is my truth. And I need more money now because of my son. And I had lost my job. Now, mind you, I just got a new job. All this is new information. They don't want to talk to me. Every time I talk to Texas, they say, oh, well, Georgia has 90 days to respond. Then when I'll have no days to respond, it's always, well, Georgia laws are this. I mean, they have taken me through the ringer for 4 years, Judge. 4 years, and I'm finally seeing you now.
Okay, so.
Stop right there. So she hasn't been in front of a judge in 4 years. Now, regardless of the stuff that she's talking about, like she, whatever happened as far as her moving and this and that and the other, just to let you know, the court system is supposed to see you within a few months. I don't know, like, what's happening and how come the judge doesn't know about this docket case? I mean, that's your responsibility. That's your job to know each case coming up and to review that. And she's asking questions, well, why is this in Texas? And why is this here? And why is this there? She's stalling. This judge is pulling a fast one on you. And I'll show you why.
I want to make sure I understand. Right now, where do you live?
I live in Texas, Dallas, Texas.
Okay. You mentioned that at one point, I'm assuming you were in Baltimore because it looks like the original.
No, I was never in Baltimore. No, I was in Georgia. I was never in Baltimore.
You never in Baltimore? Okay.
No, I never lived there. No.
Okay.
I always lived in Georgia. When we opened up the case, it was in Georgia.
So your relationship was in Georgia, or was it in somewhere else? Where was the relationship?
Georgia.
Okay, so the relationship was in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And then you filed for what, paternity?
Paternity
in Georgia in 2016.
Yes.
Okay, and then it looks like at some point you guys must have come to some resolution because I don't remember hearing this case.
Okay, remember we had the 2 attorneys. My attorney turned on me, went to his side, and I was trying to tell you at the day of the closing, I said, I don't agree. And you was like, it's too late. They've already signed it. My attorney actually sued me for $15,000 that you awarded him for in Fulton County instead of in DeKalb County. I had to challenge his bar association, and he dropped the case because Jamal did not pay him the $15,000 like he said, because Jamal wanted this case to go the way he wanted it to go.
No.
Stop. The judge said, I ain't never seen this case. And she said, you signed some documents from her attorney. So who's right here? I don't know. Sound like the judge is stonewalling to me. I don't know. So in other words, if it wasn't her, then it was another judge, and she should have studied the docket at least. I don't know. Let's continue.
No, I don't know what you're talking about with regard to attorney's fees. I'm looking at this file. The last thing that I had to do with this file was in 2000. The last filing was a notice of dismissal. That might be a unless that was some type of contempt. I have you filing a notice of voluntary dismissal in November.
No, that wasn't me. Oh no.
Yeah.
I've been challenged in this this case for a long time.
No, this is you. This is it's notice of voluntary dismissal, but it may be, let me see what it might be. It might be on a contempt. Let's see. Did you file a contempt against him?
Here lately, I haven't found anything. The only thing I can say, I've been responding to Georgia when I've read in there. Now,
no, ma'am. You filed this. You filed this October 3rd, 2017, motion for contempt and sanction.
Yeah, that's because that was the attorney that turned on me. Yes, that's why that is the way it is. Because he turned on me and he sued me for $15,000.
Stop. You see what happened? Her attorney filed some stuff in the court against his own client. I mean, and she went to the state board to report this guy who was supposed to be working on her behalf. Okay? I don't know his name. I don't know anything, but he's probably a Boule member too. So you can see there's a lot of stuff stacking up against this lady that wants to, give more support for Jamal Bryant's child. Let's continue just a little bit, and then I'm done with the messy stuff.
They play games with your court.
So this $15,000 is dealing with. You said
you awarded my attorney $15,000, and my attorney said at the end, when everything was said and done, and you ruled out on it, you said, and I told you, I said, I don't agree. And Jamal was actually on the phone. He didn't even come to your court. And I said, I would never agree to him being on the phone in the court. And then all of a sudden, when I seen the decree of what you signed because of the attorneys, it was sealed. It was all kind of things. And then that man turned on me and he sued me for $15,000 that you awarded him for.
Stop. The judge just said that she didn't do nothing. This wasn't her case. That's what she said. Now she's looking kind of flaky right now. And just this is how the court system, when you got these Boule attorneys and Boule judges, can work against you. We call it lawfare. We just saw it play out in a political sense. So don't get your panties all in a bunch. This kind of stuff happens to Black people all day long. Let's continue.
And I challenged his bar license.
No, that's not true. I would not have sealed. I may have sealed his finances, but I would not have sealed. No, I don't do that. No, ma'am.
All I'm saying is sealed. Our case is sealed, and it's been sealed. They sealed it. And the only reason why I'm here is because I had to go to child support court because of attorneys.
And something.
I'm sorry.
I don't seal baby cases. No, ma'am, I don't. What I sealed was their finances, the financial information. The court hereby, there was an emergency motion to seal, and I ordered to compel the motion to discovery and exhibits thereto shall be sealed. Not the case, just those exhibits relating to your finances and also your final, but not the whole case. This case is not sealed. It is a public viewed case. But I did, and if it did get completely sealed, that's not what the order says. The clerk of court is hereby ordered to seal plaintiff's July 8, 2016 motion to compel discovery. I did not seal this case. I don't seal cases like that. No, ma'am, that's not me. Okay. So this case right here was the clerk may have misinterpreted and sealed the whole file. but that was not my order. My order was I was trying to seal the finances so that no one would know exactly what Pastor Bryant made because of, just kind of circumstances and the fact that he was a pastor of a mega church in Baltimore at the time. Now, I know currently he's at New Birth, but at the time it was a mega church in Baltimore, and that was the issue that the attorneys had presented to the court. So then I said, and I have done that, and I do that for a lot of people who have high income finances that might run into conflict with various things. I might seal the finances, but I don't seal cases generally with regard to children. Like if something happens, somebody doesn't want the case to be known to the public. No, I don't do that. There has to be a real reason for that, generally a safety reason for that. But I'm not going to seal it simply because, someone is saying that they don't want anyone to know about their personal issues. No, I don't do that. So.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there because we obviously somebody lying. Now, I don't think the lady with the baby is lying because she just went under oath and the judge can, do all kind of things to her, put her in jail for lying or whatever. So who was really lying here? All right. We already caught the judge in 3 lies. So I'm just going to leave it there. And we're going to go to the next part of the video that's actually going to show about these Boule people and how they control the community. All right, let's get to it. All right, family. So check this out. The reason why I'm making this video in the first place, and I called it the Divine 9 Boule Boycotts. So let's get an understanding right now of what the Divine 9 is. So I typed in Divine 9. This is what I come up with. This is what AI says, all right? So it says the Divine 9 is a nickname for the 9 historically African-American Greek letter organizations that make up the National Pan-Hellenic Council, the NPHC. The organizations are Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, founded in 1906 at Cornell, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, founded in 1908 at Howard University, Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, founded in 1911 at Indiana University, Omega Psi Phi fraternity, founded in 1911 at Howard University, the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, founded in 1913 at Howard University. That's 3 for Howard. That's 3 for Howard. Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, a member of the Divine 9. Zeta Phi Beta, a member of the Divine 9. Sigma Gamma Rho, a member of the Divine 9. Iota Phi Theta, a member of the Divine 9. It says the Divine 9 organizations have a significant place in Black American history and culture. The core values include educating and uplifting the Black community, camaraderie, academic excellence, service to the community, and promoting community awareness and action. The National Pan-Hellenic, I can't even say it, National Pan-Hellenic Council is governing council and collaborative body of the Divine 9 organizations, right? So that's what the Divine 9 means. So what does Boule mean? All right, so let's look that up. And I did that. And so the Boule Foundation is a charitable organization that supports the African American community through scholarships, grants, and social action programs. You can see their little symbol right there, which is, by the way, not only a Greek symbol, but it is also taken from an Egyptian symbol. And it says the purpose is to provide resources for education and leadership development, support social action programs, policy and initiatives, provide financial assistance to victims of natural disasters, funding, Annual assessments from archons. Okay, that's bad. Okay, an archon is like kind of like a mini god, you know? It says proceeds from the foundation's gala benefit personal contributions from archons and arcasay and return on investment. Okay, so it's a lot of stuff, okay? But I'm just giving you an idea of what I'm talking about here. So let's look up what is the Panhellenic Council. All right. So I went to their webpage, and this is what it says. First of all, it says, enter the gateway. And it shows a little statue of a man, and there's a little portal. Well, what do you know about that? Okay, it was founded in 1930, 2024. Kind of cryptic. That's kind of cryptic right there. They got the stars and the moon. That's kind of cryptic. So automatically it lets you know that they are a secret society, just like the Masons, just like the Shriners. They are an organization of secrecy. Let's just make it plain. Okay, so what else? It goes into the members' organization and the president. So let's find out who these people are. Chris Ray, Council of the President out of Washington, D.C., Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant, Vice Chairwoman. Okay, she's from Zeta Phi Beta sorority. He's from Phi Beta Sigma. Lucien Metellus, General President from Alpha Phi Alpha. Okay, he's out of Baltimore. Danette Anthony Reed. She's the International President of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority out of Chicago. Oh, does somebody know her in Chicago? Wow. Okay, she ain't she in Hyde Park somewhere? All right, somebody know this woman. Somebody know this woman right here. All right. Jimmy McNichol. He is the Grand Pole March, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity. What the hell is a pole march? If I'm pronouncing it right. Okay, we're going to find out. Don't worry. Ricky Lawrence Lewis, Grand Basilisk from Omega Psi Phi. What is a basilisk, you ask? Okay, we're gonna find out. And you got, listen, you got Marcia Harris. She's the International Grand Basilisk from Sigma Gamma Rho. Ooh, these are some mysterious names. You don't even know. Have you ever heard of that? A basilisk in a pole march? Okay, well, hey, let's look it up. Okay, so I Googled basilisk. Here we go. This is what Google says. Basilisk, a Greek word that means king or monarch. It has been used to refer to many different rulers throughout history. Oh, you mean like a pharaoh? Oh, interesting. Except in king and queens and things, that's from the England and UK and all that kind of stuff. So in the English-speaking world, basilisk is most commonly used to mean a monarch. So this guy, he thinks it's a monarch. In ancient Greece, basilisk was used to refer to rulers of nation. In the Byzantine Empire, basilisk was used to refer to emperors. Well, okay, I thought the Bible said that they didn't care for the Byzantines. I thought they was trying to destroy them. But okay, that's another thing. In the Eastern Orthodox and Eastern Catholic churches, basilisk has been used to refer to bishop. Oh, I get it now. So he's a bishop. Okay. In ancient Athens, basilisk was an official with religious and legal responsibilities. In Greek mythology, basilisk was the ruler of Canis. In the Bible, basilisk has been used to refer to the Messiah. Oh, check that out. Christians and God. So he is God. Wow, that's crazy. So what's a pole march? Let's check that out. I Googled that. Okay, let's look. We going in, y'all. We going in. A pole march was a military title and a civilian position in ancient Greece. The word comes from Greek words polemos, which means war, an archos, meaning ruler. A polemarch was a senior military title in ancient Greek city-states. Okay, he was a chieftain. He was a military commander. So why do they need a military leader? Who are they going to war against? I don't know. Maybe it's the black community because they have to do the bidding of the king. That's what secret societies do. All right, so enough of that, right? So let's go into it. So now what I want to do is I want to go to Essence Magazine. And Essence Magazine shows all these different people that have been in the sororities or fraternity members, right? So let's check it out. So we got your girl there. She won the Idol thing. Okay, you got Keisha Knight Pulliam. All right, Delta Sigma Theta sorority. All right, that's Spelman. Then you got your girl Alicia Keys. She's an Alpha Kappa Alpha in 2004. All the people you really like. Jada Pinkett. Oh, look at there. She's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Yeah, that's interesting. All right. Toni Morrison, Pulitzer Prize winner, author, proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Felicia Rashad, Alpha Kappa Alpha. Hey, them alphas, they've been busy. Woo! AJ Calloway, he was Omega Psi Phi, 2011. Okay, Thurgood Marshall. Oh, wow. Didn't know that. Okay, Thurgood Marshall, Supreme Court Justice, Alpha Phi Alpha from Lincoln University. Oh, no, not him. Steve Harvey. Oh, my goodness. Steve Harvey, Omega Psi Phi. He always talking about that. I didn't know this. Cheryl Underwood. She's a former president of Zeta Phi Beta. Wow. Didn't know that. That's crazy, y'all. Star Jones. All the people you like. Alpha Kappa Alpha. Check that out. All right. Omar Hardwick. Come on, ladies. Alpha Phi Alpha brother. Tawanda Braxton. Zeta Phi Beta. Oh, man. I mean, the list is just going on. Oh, look at that. Wanda Sykes. Gamma Theta Chapter Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority at Hampton University. Oh, check that out. Kay Michelle. She's a Delta Sigma Theta from Florida A&M. Montel Jordan. Okay. Look, he got his little, he repping the signs. Look at that. Woohoo. All right, Terrence J. Omega Psi Phi. Man, you got Shaquille O'Neal, your boy. Holla at your boy. Omega Psi Phi. Victoria Rowell, Sigma Gamma Rho, okay? Arthur Ashe, didn't know that. Wow, check that out. That's funny. Okay, don't really say where how he pledged or whatever. Okay, well, yeah, all right. He's on there. Kelly Price, Sigma Gamma Rho, Loretta Devine, Alpha Kappa Alpha. University of Houston, Anna Marie Horsford. Oh, I didn't know that. Sigma Gamma Rho. Cedric the Entertainer. Didn't know that either. Kappa Alpha Psi Man. I mean, so the list goes on and on. So I just wanted to give you a brief description of what I'm talking about and why this is important, because these people always trying to tell the masses of in the black community how they should live their life and how they think they're above you because they have a little education in this secret society. So let's go forward into the more of the boycott type stuff. All right. All right, family. So before I go into this next video, I just had to show you, You got all these articles coming out about this boycott, and from Forbes magazine. Now, I don't know why you got all of these articles coming out from these different organizations and different media companies, but I just wanted to get your attention to this. The People's Union USA calls for a national boycott and February economic blackout. And look who the person that they put on the front page is none other than your boy Jesse Jackson. Oh, boycott, boycott, boycott. All right. And it's, now listen to this. A consumer activist group. That's what they call it. Founded by John Schwartz, has launched a grassroots campaign to halt spending online or in store and not use credit or debit cards for 24 hours on February 24th, 28th, an attempt to disrupt the economic order and take back control of our economy, government, and the future of the country. Now it's going from Black people boycotting to everybody boycotting. So the People's Union boycott calls for no spending on fast food, gas, or major retailers. No Amazon, no Walmart, no Best Buy, starting at midnight, February 28th. Okay. Then the People's Union plans a week-long protest against specific retailers, including Amazon, Nestle, and an unaffiliated protest. Black faith leaders are calling for a 40-day fast. So you see how all this stuff is connected? You see how all this stuff is connected? So it's just crazy, right? So right now, family, I want to give guidance and thanks to my mentor, who I had a chance to see back in the early 90s, Steve Coakley. I want to give a shout out to him and Steve Coakley II. This brother was dynamic and made an impact in my life and helped me to have more understanding, taught me how to research, and I truly appreciate this brother. So who is Steve Coakley? Steve Coakley was an American political researcher and a lecturer who lectured nationally on political and economic issues, especially to the Black community. Steve Coakley lectured at many college campuses nationally, was known for his conspiracy theories. That's what they're saying. But you can't call it conspiracy theory when you got receipts involving Black male elite organization known as Sigma Pi Phi, along with Mauricio Miller, the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. by the hands of Jesse Jackson and the CIA. Also, we want to let you know that according to Wikipedia, which again, I was in the lecture hall with this brother. He was an assistant to the Special Committee on Rules under Chicago Mayor Harold Washington and gained notoriety when he served as a special assistant to Eugene Sawyer, who became mayor after Washington's death. So I just want to give that brother a shout out. Again, he's one of my mentors in research and political research. So I salute you, brother. All right, family. So I'm going to end this video this way. I want to pay homage to my mentor, Steve Coakley, on his original talk, which I have heard this speech in person, and the research that was put into this. He taught me how to do research, and I continue that today with some other people that have heard lectures from Steve Coakley. So I just want to end this way because this is the best way to explain the Boule and what they're up to today, and in regards to the boycotts and all of the things I showed you early in the video. And let's just take a listen to what some of this great man in the Black community of Chicago has to teach us.
We just got here together. Many people will see the tape and the videotape, wonder why everybody was so lightly greeting each other. It's because we have been talking for a while. And we have now stepped forward to have a discussion about the Black male secret society known as Sigma Pi Phi, acronym the Boule, B-O-U-L-E. We will do our best to show you the information related to the Boule. That's what this lecture is about. I could give the entire lecture and quote every inch of the documentation without looking at it. I know them that well. But this is my responsibility, my night, to show you the information so that you could look at it with me and double affirm the fact that much of our Black press, as much as we like it, has not been honest in talking about this group of Black men, for they respect it very highly and never speak negatively against it. We also know that we've had many Black people who've been a member of it and have never, ever broken the code or the creed and spoken to one who was a non-member. Though they pledge and swear that their goal is to represent you, you will have a hard time believing it when they don't even seek to let you know that they who help you are. And so, in July 17th, 1990, July 18th, 1990, the Los Angeles Times did a front page story on the left column about elite fraternity of Black men. Excuse me, brother. I should be on. I saw that one get away. I'm just shaming myself. I stand back here. This elite fraternity of Black men were described in the article as being influential, as being somewhat like Skull and Bones at Yale. And as it said these things, I was a little in awe, as the others, brothers in African Minds United and the Coalition Against Black Exploitation, as we all were intrigued by the fact that this group of men could have been in existence and we not know about them. And even other brothers and sisters. I remember talking to a brother who had been National Executive Secretary of Sigma, Phi Beta Sigma, been in fraternity land 37 years, had heard nothing of the Boule ever, though its founder had been a member. And so, as we began to talk about it with other people around the country, we began to realize that people didn't know about it. How you doing, Brother Warren? And
Let me just chime in real quick. First of all, I know many people that are in fraternities, Black fraternities and sororities. I know many other people, like white people, in fraternities and sororities. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Black fraternities and sororities. And I noticed, and I've been doing research since the 90s on this, and I can see exactly what they're doing in the community and how they treat the community. And that's why I showed you some current members of people that we look up to, but you never knew that they took an oath. So that's the first thing. And they are an organization, a secret society, just like the Skull and Bones. Let's continue.
And not knowing that people didn't know about it, we just assumed that it was incidental, that everybody must know something about it, and that it was not mysterious or connected to all of those other things we had previously been talking about, like Cecil Rhodes and Baron de Rothschild and all the Halls of Haters, the ADL and the Diamond Jewish Connection. We've been talking about the Trilateral Commission, who is responsible for this economic summit that you'll be seeing on TV the next 3-4 days. You need to know that. Anybody Carl Rowan came on the radio right here in L.A., and my friends jumped him, because we jumping them in every city. And when they jumped him, he said the Trilateral Commission ain't done nothing. But the Trilateral Commission went to the president and had him set up the annual economic summit starting in '76, France. So when you listen to how your destiny of your country, they say, rides on that meeting, you wonder how Rowan could make such an allegation. But knowing as a Boule in Washington, D.C. Epsilon chapter, his goal is to never speak of the high, white, and mighty, whom the Boule, all 3,300, are sworn to protect. Yes, these brothers that we are pushing up against the wall have taken a sworn oath that they will never expose the whites that they know actually run the world. They, in ambition and in deference to liberation and respect of the race, have agreed to maintain the status quo of white supremacy, which has two levels of white supremacy: a local, limited, parochial side, the Ku Klux Klan, the Reardons, the Kenny Hans, the local clans, but has a powerful, more mighty upper crust, which probably would include Occidental Petroleum and Arco and Exxon and Mobil Oil and the Rockefeller Foundation and other influential, wealthy families and institutions.
Hold up. I'm going to stop it right there. I'm going to stop it right there, because right now in 2025, his words have never rung truer. Now we're in an environment and everybody's all freaking out about the new Trump and this and that and the other. But just a couple of weeks ago, they just had the World Economic Forum where Trump spoke. And what's his favorite thing? He talked about, my brother talked about the petroleum industry. And what's the motto? Drill, baby, drill. So I told you, I'm not taking sides with any political organization. Okay, I don't even vote. I just sit back and observe. But you need to listen and understand what this brother is talking about, because it's two sides to every coin, and it's one bird flying in the same direction. Let's continue.
So what we're talking about is, why haven't you heard of those people who are in the secret society? It's because the people who you look to, who you would most suspect would tell you, have sworn that they never will. And because of that, that leaves the sub leadership, the other group of people that you like a lot, that leaves them to tell you, the heads of the various organizations as you know them. But if you listen to them, they have never said of these black men, for that they did not know. Which means that Malcolm, we know, knew of these men. We know Marcus Garvey knew of these men, because their crowning, most outstanding achievement was the physical elimination and castigation of Marcus Garvey, and the insistence and the climate setting that brought about the death of Malcolm X. For both of those men, international in perspective and insight, were a threat to the very whites that they're sworn to protect. You don't get killed for any other reason than jeopardizing the whites of the whites that run the world. Martin King, who was a Boule, met the bullet not for the civil rights thing, but for the international war thing that got two Kennedy boys killed also. So we're looking at a group of men who have protected murderers. So what is the crime of this Boule? As we allege, as many of them say, why do you step to my doorstep and accuse me of these things, of which I know not? But their so-called limited understanding is in fact defiance and woven into the oath that they swear that they will never even act like they know who these people really are. We have challenged these people on the radio, TV, in the street, on numerous occasions. Kurt Smoke, the mayor of Baltimore, Jesse Jackson, the head of the Rainbow Coalition, Cecil Murray, all the way down the line. These people that we have challenged have never been able to stand up and honestly turn around and say the truth to the matter. And we understand that. So our job is to come to you with the information so that you can make up your mind. There are several affirmations about this process that we must agree to. A Greek is a fraud. A Greek is a fraud. Now, there are a lot of people going to hear this all over the country. And they want to know, do you understand that a Greek is a fraud? So I want you to holler out if you think that a Greek is a fraud. A Greek is a fraud. Oh, let me try that one more time. You might not be ready because this is going to go to people all over the country. And they want to know, do you believe this? Because if you believe this, this comes to a certain conclusion that will produce other action, which you have affirmed. Is a Greek a fraud? A Greek is a fraud.
So let me stop it right there. So a lot of people are going to say about why is this important? And why am I including this into this video? Well, because over the years since the 90s, I've observed these organizations. I've just sat back and watched and talked with politicians in Chicago and talked with pastors and people that were in so-called organizations such as the Divine Nine. And I know people personally, and I'm not telling you this because this guy, Steve Coakley, is my savior. No, I'm telling you this from my personal experiences. He only enlightened me to start researching these things. So let's continue. I was even approached to become an alpha when I was in college, and I did not want to do that. And even though I thought it might be prestigious and to my benefit, but I am not that kind of person to sell out my community that I grew up in the Bronzeville area. And I consider that area as holy ground for the Black community in Chicago. So let's continue.
Did the Greeks steal from Kemet?
Yes.
Okay. If the Greeks stole from Kemet and a Greek is a fraud, what then is the fate of those who have perpetrated the Greek in spite of the fact? Somebody finally caught on.
I got to stop it right there because he made a very important point. He said the Greek stole from Kemet. And if you don't know what Kemet is, it's ancient Egypt. Pharaoh, like in the Bible. So that's a very important point.
Everybody hollered fraud. Okay, that's the crime, right? Somebody else gave a sentence. The suggestion is clear that the Ebony 100 most influential ought to be -9. It ought to be the top 91. Because the 9 Greeks ought to back out while there's still time. I'm making a suggestion to the Greek connection, even to those in the room. You might be just an Alpha or a Sigma, or a Zeta, or an AKA. You might just be a little Greek.
That's right.
But you're a Greek nevertheless. And soon you're going to see. Because when someone tell me they're going to back up a move on the Boule, the first move you're going to see on every telephone pole in L.A. is the Greek thing is dead. That's the first move you're going to see. And all the Greeks, the Alpha, the Kappa, the omega and the sigma. Show you right. The AKA, the Zeta, they will all be informed publicly. Please do not have a public manifestation of the Greek thing. Don't have a big dinner. Don't have a big reception. Don't put it in the paper that you're coming. Because I suggest to you that we're going to start to visit you at your things.
That's right.
And ask you to prove your Greek thing on the spot. In the back row will be the cameramen, because everyone's going to need to see your faces when we show up. We might dress up like a Greek and act a little Greek so you can get a reflection of yourself.
That's right.
I said clearly, if you remember JFK, when they was running around playing Roman. All right. So we make a suggestion that we're in a process of penetrating a group of circles, and that these circles are webs which are numerous organizations just beyond the Boule. You see, we have done it right here in this room. We have asked members of Greek fraternities to show the handshake to the others in the audience, and on every single occasion they have refused. And that goes to show that even though we may be in their best interest, there is a bridge that will separate us, which cannot be tolerated when we're under attack. We did the lecture Africa 93. We showed that the white man is pushing colonialism without hesitation, and he's saying it publicly and openly. And under those circumstances, deviation can't be tolerated. So some of you who have asked, what can you do, will be asked, can you go to the big white hotels where the Greeks give the other Greeks their money? Can you go down there with me on the night, Friday night, when they got the big dinner? See if we can get some answers for this Greek thing. Hold up some pictures of Greek and ask them which one is their daddy. Or hold some pictures of some fallen Cometans or Akibalans or Azanians and ask, do you support the ones that did this? We must confront our people, for it is our people that have tolerated the jam that we're in, and these people are at the top of our people as a guarantee from white people. Yes, the whites guarantee the Boule prosperity and notoriety. I'm telling you, we done put a lot of pressure on these people, turned a lot of them into flat tires. I saw one of the tires blown up last week in the LA Times, trying to put air back in a tire we flattened for supporting the Boule.
Check.
Check. This is the founder of the Boule, Henry Minton. If this was color, you'd see he's light, almost white. Because in the early aspects of the organization, there was a lot of that. Henry Minton is the founder and so-called pioneering spirit. Brother was kind, knowing I needed a pointer, of the organization Sigma Pi Phi. The head man of the organization is called the Grand Sire Archon. A-R-C-H-O-N is what a member is called after they have been inducted. They're an Archon. He was the Grand Poopah from 1908 to 1909. Then became Grand Sire Archon Emeritus. The Grand Sire Archon is the head of the national Boule. The head of the local Boule is called Sire Archon. So the head of the LA chapter is Sire Archon. A member in any Boule is called just Archon. So if Archon is the member, Sire Archon is the local head, Grand Sire Archon is the only head, the titular head. The Grand Sire Archon and those other top positions of the Boule have absolute and supreme authority over every Boule chapter, which are called subordinate chapters. Every subordinate chapter of the Boule is compelled to respond to the wishes of the Grand Sire Archon. And
Let me stop it right there. That's why earlier in the video, I tried to help you understand the National Hellenic Council, of which they formed in 1980 something. So just back up in the video, you can see that. And now we understand why and how the whole organization came to be.
The executive committee. This is a discussion about what Minton was thinking about in 1904 when he wanted to set up the organization. This is from the History of Sigma Pi Phi. That's the history book of the organization. The History of Sigma Pi Phi. It's written by an alpha named Charles Wesley, who wrote the history book for A Phi A as well. Didn't he? Didn't he? And then the alpha's here? And yes, okay, he did write it, yes. In that, he said, in summary, Minton wanted to create an organization which would partake, in his own words, of, quote, the tenets of Skull and Bones at Yale. Now, in the July 18th article on on the Boule in the LA Times, and I'm going to show you the original article that we first found on the subject, and I want to show you what it says, because in the article, you get the impression. And I just want to, when they say Skull and Bones at Yale, that's what they're talking about. That's the logo for Skull and Bones at Yale. Now,
let me just stop right there, because a lot of our presidents in the United States have attended, was a part of the Skull and Bones, or either people in their cabinet was part of the Skull and Bones, including Obama. So he might not have been a member of the Skull and Bones, but obviously his advisors was part of that organization, a secret society. Let's continue.
Who would want to be patterned after that? Because that doesn't look positive to me. Now, you're already a damn Greek. Now you done went and got some poison. So that's a double header. Okay, I'm looking for you this opening article. Here we go. This is a little hard to see when I'm up here, so it's a little difficult. Let me take this off. It's a little warm in here. Even warmer up here. This is the original LA Times article. Everybody see that? Did you see that when it ran in 1990? You did see it. No, you didn't see it. What's the date on it? That's July 18th, 1990. Elite fraternity widens agenda of black men. This is the original article that came out on the Boule that we just casually discussed here at The Good Life, which led to this penetration. Because by the time Brother Oswald gets up and starts decodifying a little of that symbolism, you will see that we have in fact cracked a riddle that has contained our people. Our people have been contained by an organized element of secret people who have used riddles, mysteries, and secret societies to jam us. And what we are doing is we are unlocking or decodifying the mystery, because once decodified and exposed, those who were secret in the light will not be as effective, which must be our goal, since liberation is not theirs. You can't liberate as a Greek. You can't liberate in the name of Greece. So you may, everybody say, well, you know, Steve, is really a black thing. It may be, but you ain't gonna liberate called A Phi A. Now, watch this. Now come the men of Sigma Pi Phi, a once secret black fraternity. that celebrates the professional and material success of black men. Have we had much material success? Well, anyway, you can just see how they spend their time. They have every year, they have big picnics, big annual picnics every chapter. We need to find the park where the new chapter, the LA chapter, meets at, because they're going to have a big picnic somewhere, preferably in the Greek neighborhood. So we have to find where they're going to be at, so we can go to the picnic. Don't you want to go to the Boule picnic? Yeah.
All right, family. That's all I'm going to do for today. I tried not to make this video long, but I wanted people to understand what is going on in our community. And these boycotts that's going on, I showed you earlier in the video that these boycotts are orchestrated. They're orchestrated by the political organizations, NGOs, and a lot of Boule members are getting paid to spread misinformation to our community. And I need, and I pray, and I want you to understand the psyop that's going on in our community. And I think a lot of people are waking up to this, but some people are going to be forever asleep and fall under the spells and guise of the black elite Boule. So until next time, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I got a whole bunch of new stuff coming out, music, entertainment news, all types of things that I see going on in Steve B's world. And with that, peace and love, and ashe, and power to the people.
Ain't no cap, it's the time again.
What's up, my peeps and lovers of knowledge? Holla at your boy Steve B. It's time to come aboard Steve B's world. You're in for a treat. We have the latest news, the latest reviews, the greatest music too. Sit back, relax, join the vibe and enjoy this groove. What's up, my people?